A revolutionary. Say whoa. Trap revolutionary. Got the wave of too scary. Doing this thing like Malcolm ain't by any means necessary. We ain't got it by no one seen hand. We got the master plan. Get the movement going on. Right here where we stand, man. We bucking and stumping, fist pumping. Even though they tried to set us up for failure and kill us, we keep on coming. That's why somebody gotta step up and say something about the bullshit. Because if not, the blind gon' keep leaving.
What's going on, y'all? Want to get on here and make a video real quick about Trump and him sending National Guard to Chicago. For understand, matter of fact, shout out to Nino Brown. Nino Brown said this about him sending troops. I guess the first initial wave of it was sending troops or policing DC. You know what I'm saying, real tough. And trying to crack down on crime there or whatever, getting them, crime to a, I guess to a, a level, under control, you know what I'm saying? So, for I understand, he said that, DC was the first wave of it. They did that and seen that it worked, so he sent, troops to Memphis, you know what I'm saying? The Memphis did, send troops to Chicago. And people are saying they feel safer, right? So now, and I have a contrasting opinion on it, you know what I'm saying? You have people, our people saying, Trump, he made, shout out to him, he made our community safe, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. He regardless of whatever you want to say about him, he's getting things done. You know what I'm saying? So, I am of the opinion that that's something we could have did ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking at him like he's a savior, we could have been a savior to ourselves. We could have, came together on our own. You know what I'm saying? And I would even explain it from a pathological state of mind, for us not to do something, to improve our communities, you know what I'm saying? And then for our communities to suffer the way they do, you know what I'm saying? People are saying, okay, everybody, all the gangsters went in the house. Since they was kicking up all that dust, but when the National Guard came, they all went in the house. It's like they peeping out of curtains, you know what I'm saying? And, looking outside, you ain't hear nothing from them, you know what I'm saying? Not a gunshot, not a fight, you know what I'm saying? Not even a whistle, you know what I'm saying? So, you say you didn't hear a peep out of them. So, I'm of the opinion that it's something we could have did ourselves. We are fighting, we got all our soldiers, you know what I'm saying? Our soldiers are fighting amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? We taking each other out. Instead of, mobilizing and unifying and working together. You know what I'm saying? I actually think it is I would say a misdirected energy. You know what I'm saying? Some of our youngsters, some of our brothers, you know what I'm saying, that had that fight in them, had that warrior spirit in them, they're taking it out on they fellow brother, their fellow warrior. Maybe it's in another clique, another gang or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that's by social, that's a social construct. You know what I'm saying? That's sociological construct. You know what I'm saying? For us to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? Instead of unifying and working with each other. You know what I'm saying? So, I would say that's by design. You know what I'm saying? That is happening. So like I said, most of our young brothers, you know what I'm saying, our soldiers, you know what I'm saying, they fighting each other. They've been taught to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? And, we shouldn't have to rely on nobody to come in our communities. You know what I'm saying? It's like, in the home, you know what I'm saying? You should be able to resolve your differences, behind closed doors, just get with each other. You shouldn't have to call nobody to resolve your differences. You know what I'm saying? You might have a problem. You know what I'm saying? I know some people going to say, well, Well, that's what the, police are for or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Well, sometimes the police don't do their job, you know what I'm saying, the way they need to. Only we can correct that. Only we can handle things, you know what I'm saying, we need to in our communities, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to ever look at nobody like no save Trump as a savior, like he came in and he did something to save our communities, you know what I'm saying? Most time, man, the stuff he do is for show, you know what I'm saying? It's for his own political gain, you know what I'm saying? So, we need to be aware of that, man. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to a friend of mine, we was talking, she was like, what happened to the community meetings? We don't even do that no more. I remember that as a kid, younger, you know what I'm saying? And, community, you know what I'm saying? The older people in the community would have a meeting or get just, parents, you know what I'm saying, would get with each other and talk about, what's going on, you know what I'm saying, in the neighborhood. So, things like that or that nature, you know what I'm saying? Things that could be a solution, man, really, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? And that even comes back to us, being more together, you know what I'm saying? Because this is, right now today, man, we kind of divided. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to look like they got it and they doing good on social media, you know what I'm saying? Instead of actually, man, knowing they fellow man, you know what I'm saying? Even me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even, I'm not on her acting like, I'm perfect. I know my next door neighbor, Solomon, you know what I'm saying? That's all I know. My neighbor to the right, the neighbor to the left, I don't really know. I met the neighbor in front of me. I can't remember his name. Met him when I moved over here in this neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? We need to be more together on that. And I know some of y'all out there right now. You probably don't know your neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Or the next or a few houses down, you don't know who it is. You know what I'm saying? So even in that sense, you know what I'm saying? It's I think we just gotta get a better sense of togetherness, man. You know what I'm saying? And also, like I said, man, our young brother, but I got that warrior spirit, man. We just being directed in the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with brothers being, you know what I'm saying? You got some stout young brothers out here. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with that. Maybe got a fiery spirit. You know what I'm saying? They just been directed in the wrong way, man. And they probably there. That fight they got in them, they taking it to the next young brother. You know what I'm saying? That brother taking it to them. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's going to be some killing and frustration, you know what I'm saying? Some, people, you know what I'm saying, catching smoke, you know what I'm saying? But I would never say like, oh, somebody else, they had to do it, 'cause we couldn't do it. We was out of control. Nah, we could have did it. We just didn't have the necessary resources and tools to do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's on us. That's on us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to ever say, oh, I'm not going to absolve the blame or, away from us. You know what I'm saying? Because it's on us. Even me, myself. You know what I'm saying? I even need to, you know what I'm saying, do it, like I said, do a better job of connecting with people that's in the community, man. And we can, you know what I'm saying, we can get things done on our own. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to go out here and depend on nobody or look at Trump like he a savior because he's sending troops into the community. You know what I'm saying? That's not what it should be anyway. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just think that, man, that need to be understood. You know what I'm saying? It's things like that he's doing for his own political gain to make him look like, oh, yeah, I did this. You know what I'm saying? Then I wouldn't even say it's, you actually, I honestly think that it may be a precursor to military rule. You know what I'm saying? Martial law. And when it comes time for him to get out of office, you know what I'm saying? Because he can't run more than twice. It's gonna be some type of, I'm saying, may not happen, but I'm saying, I predict that he's gonna implement some type of martial law, some type of rule, some type of, he gonna end up enforcing some type of maybe rule of law, some type of executive order, some type of martial law that he's going to implement to where to keep him in office longer than he's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So, I just think that, man, like we have to understand things, you know what I'm saying? Also from a perspective of, you know what I'm saying, what are they doing? Are they doing it for political gain? You know what I'm saying? Him, political gain. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. That's, pretty much all it is. You know what I'm saying? He in the office to get as much money as he can and to get as much political clout and, that he can. You know what I'm saying? And, to benefit us, nah. To benefit black people saying, oh, I'm going to stop crime, I'm going to stop. Nah, it's not to benefit us. It's for his own political gain. You know what I'm saying? Make himself look good, basically. You know what I'm saying? So, I just think that we have to understand that, man. You know what I'm saying? And also, like I said, we all together, you know what I'm saying, can do a better job, you know what I'm saying, in helping our communities. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, I'm not preaching to the squad, it's even me. You know what I'm saying? For real. And my whole goal, like I said, is to bring back love and respect, you know what I'm saying, to our people. You know what I'm saying? That's that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? We don't went through too much, man, not to get, not to deserve that respect, you know what I'm saying, that level of honor, man, that we should have, you know what I'm saying, for the things that we've been through, and our people, you know what I'm saying, have been through, you know what I'm saying, and actually weathered, you know what I'm saying, certain things we storms that we, you know what I'm saying, come out of, you know what I'm saying, to still be here, you know what I'm saying. And so, that has to be understood, man. And our people, we just been through too much, you know what I'm saying, not to receive, even like you know what I'm saying, that love, that respect, reparations, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. I feel like that not feel that I know that we should get, you know what I'm saying. And because there's some things that were, actually, governmental, either governmental awareness of, you know what I'm saying, that we in things we suffered, you know what I'm saying. I didn't talk about it in the prior video, you know what I'm saying, like being counted as 3/5 of a man, you know what I'm saying. So slavery is basically was recognized in the Constitution, you know what I'm saying. Things that it's just you have to, things that have to be repaired, things that have to be, remunerated. We should be, remunerated. There's certain things that we need to be paid for, you know what I'm saying? And nothing, can absolve their responsibility, you know what I'm saying? Because the government, like I said, governmental awareness of certain things that harmed us. You see what I'm saying? That's why they have to be repaired. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just on here like just talking and just saying things, you know what I'm saying, just to be saying them, you know what I'm saying? We have to bring awareness to it and just, we might have to fight for it, you know what I'm saying? Like seriously, you know what I'm saying? Through paper, you know what I'm saying? The pen and the sword, you know what I'm saying? So, we have to, certain things, man, because, I would say from even, like I said, a pathological, psychological, you know what I'm saying, issue, mentality, you know what I'm saying, that we haven't, our minds, you know what I'm saying, or conditioned to not do anything about it and to, be destructive, you know what I'm saying, where our communities are downtrodden and go down, you know what I'm saying, from certain behavior, so those things have to be repaired, you know what I'm saying. That's why I say I'm not getting on her just talking, you know what I'm saying. Things have to be understood, and it's certain things that have to be repaired with our people, you know what I'm saying, because who will allow, it's like you in your house, you know what I'm saying, and some people probably do it, you know what I'm saying, you putting, you in your house, you just throwing trash on the floor, you know what I'm saying, you leaving, clothes just everywhere, you know what I'm saying, maybe even, you just, water is leaking in your house and you just don't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's things like that, man. Like, I ain't gonna name them. I've been to certain places where it's like trash is swirling on the ground. Like people just throw trash on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Ridiculous. I know in my community, when I'm over here I'm in Texas, Cedar Hill, I have seen a brother actually, because people throw trash down. Their brother would literally, and I asked him, say, bro, so you out here just picking up stuff the city got you doing? He said, nah, man, I come out here on my own. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to see people throw trash just anywhere. Brother in his car, he got his little gloves, he got a little old stick, he picking up trash on his own because he don't want to see the community like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I wouldn't even say that, and that's commendable. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say, we could do things like that as well. You know what I'm saying? You see something like, hey, man, pick it up. Or if you see somebody throwing stuff down, hey, man, look, man, this is our community, man. We can't just look, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's not trash it. You know what I'm saying? Even me in my yard, sometimes, I go out and I see people done threw, trash down or whatever. I pick it up, go put it in the trash. You know what I'm saying? But, even in that sense, you know what I'm saying? from that small start, doing stuff like that. Each of us, we see stuff, man, won't like, man, try to take action about it. You see people throwing trash out and say something about it. You're like, hey, young brother, or hey, sister, if you don't mind, just let's try to keep our community beautiful. Let's try to keep our community clean. Because ain't nobody gonna do it. Ain't nobody gonna come clean it up for us. And if you keep getting more trash, people ain't gonna care, and they gonna end up. You gonna actually see way more trash, and it's gonna look way worse than this. So, I think we could do that. In that sense, just for a start. But I just think, like I said, we can take responsibility to keep our own communities clean, man. Also, like I said, with even the violence, direct our young brothers, hey, young brother, like, let me holler at you, whatever, man, I know you got that warrior spirit, but don't take it out on your brother, though. Don't take it out on your brother, because you might have a young brother, and then some other brother take your own brother life, man. It's gonna, it's like shit, it's gonna be a domino effect, so let's man, let's direct that energy, man. Get them young brothers and direct that energy, man, to a positive place, And and then we ain't got no more lives to lose, man. No more, brothers to be incarcerated, bodies to be incarcerated, man, just for the benefit of the system. So, I just think, man, that's necessary that we talk about it, man. And like I said, I'm not even me. I'm not absolving myself from it. I can do a better job of talking to the young brothers, and just getting with brothers, getting with the community, and helping out. So I think it's all of our responsibility, because some people take their hands out like, oh, I ain't, I ain't want to, I'm not for the fool with with these fools out here, these damn youngsters, acting crazy and all that. And all, man, don't leave them to the wayside, because we was all young. We probably young and foolish before ourselves, So, had we had people to pull us to the side, we would have been way better, probably way better in life. Way better, way further along in life. So, let's not throw, I said this in the video too, man. Let's not throw each other away. Just because we might have some differences or whatever, And, and even that, in that sense, it's damn like the Willie Lynch, mentality, even though they say the letter, Willie Lynch was just a, fake letter, that they dropped off in the black community and made us all feel like, it was, real, But the divisions, the actual, mischief, in that letter, that could be caused by dividing people, is very relevant and evident in our community, light skin versus dark skin, young versus old, house, the house slave versus the field slave, So, we just, I think I said, we just have to understand, like, hey, man, we better together. We gotta, cut out the division, the divisiveness. Us just being at each other. Simply because of skin color. Status. Youth or matureness in age. I just think we have to all, have to understand that. And we are better together than apart, than being an individual. Because one finger can break. I can take that one finger and break it, but a fist you can't break it. You just gonna have a stronger impact. If you poke somebody with your finger, it might break. But you hit somebody with your fist, might break too, but most time, it's gonna knock somebody out. If you place that punch in the right place. So I just think that we have to understand that, man, and not give up on each other. Because I think we defeated in our minds too, man. I tell my brother, my homeboy, that, man, we defeated in our minds, man. Don't ever, man, give up on yourself, man, and give up on your people. Like, oh, man, black folk, even my parents, they be telling me, like, man, shit, which, hey, man, it is, could be true. And I hate to use, I hate call out people niggas or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But even my parents need to tell, like, man, you worried about black people, man. You be dead and gone tomorrow. Them niggas ain't gonna care nothing about you. You know what I'm saying? But we have to understand, man, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that mentality, we gotta break that. We gotta break that mentality, man, for real. Like, man, stop giving up on each other. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, you know what I'm saying? Look, even my parents, you know what I'm saying? When I have children, yeah, they gonna go through some things, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna give up on them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying it's like to my parents, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They didn't give up on me. I went through some things. They didn't give up on me. You know what I'm saying? So in that sense, we got to understand and come together, man, not give up on each other, man, because we struggling as a people. You know what I'm saying? Or you got youngsters doing this. You know what I'm saying? You got, our sisters doing this. They going against, the relationship issue, the black and white thing, and go find the black men, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go find somebody from another race type thing, so the brothers want to go to Thailand and go to other countries because the sisters out, not doing right, you know what I'm saying, treating right. Like, man, look, man, let's get it together and not get on that. Let's get away from that. Like I said, because one thing I know, you know what I'm saying, united together, you know what I'm saying, we strong. You know what I'm saying? But the fighter, we keep falling. We gonna keep falling. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? That just stems, when we seen it, like in our communities, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing I want to talk about too in our communities, you know what I'm saying? And I was just going over that just now, man. Like, why is it that, every time we do see some progress, it's like this shit is thwarted. It's dismantled. It's stymied. You know what I'm saying? Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, Rosewood, you know what I'm saying? Goddamn, Seneca Village in New York, you know what I'm saying? Dallas, Deep Ellum, you know what I'm saying? Goddamn Lake Lanier, you know what I'm saying? When they had, black community flooded, shit covered with water, you know what I'm saying? So many of the names, you know what I'm saying? When we make progress and we're on a level, we're on a path of progress, the shit is stymied. Even from the Reconstruction era, 1870, they said in 1877, the federal troops was pulled out the South and goddamn, the Reconstruction era was over. They had over 200 black senators elected into office, you know what I'm saying? Certain states, you know what I'm saying? And in government, you know what I'm saying? That shit was just straight dismantled, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, every time we make progress, man, it's stymied, you know what I'm saying? People, they can't stand to see us win, you know what I'm saying? So even that, in that sense, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say it's that, and it's necessary for reparations. Because it stems all the way back from basically 1865. We was emancipated, free, you know what I'm saying? And started trying to build, and it was cut down every time. Every time it was cut down. From 1865 to now, it was cut down. You know what I'm saying? So, that's a necessary reason. That's why I say it's necessary that we get reparations. We have to repair ourselves, mentally, physically, spiritually, you know what I'm saying, financially, just economically, like from a perspective, you know what I'm saying, of sociologically, sociologically, we have to be repaired. You know what I'm saying? And I know, yes, we have pundits. We have people that say, even our own people say, well, that's not going to happen. You're worried about the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? No, we can never say that. You know what I'm saying? Because you have other people that have been reparated, they have received reparations. You know what I'm saying? Jewish people, you know what I'm saying? Asian people in the concentration camps over here that were placed in concentration camps during, I believe, World War II, World War I, you know what I'm saying? Were reparated, you know what I'm saying, for being placed in those concentration camps. You know what I'm saying? For trying to, saying that, they may pose a threat, you know what I'm saying, being, communists or whatever, or may pose a threat to the government, you know what I'm saying, so doing those wars, you know what I'm saying, or that war, which probably, I believe was World War II. They were placed in concentration camps, you know what I'm saying, to diminish, a so-called diminish a threat to the government, you know what I'm saying, so, it's other things too that were done, you know what I'm saying? Then, the country's giving so much money to Israel, things of that nature, but we haven't received, also Ukraine, you know what I'm saying? We haven't received anything, as far as in reparation, you know what I'm saying? So, I will always state that. I will always, you know what I'm saying, say something about reparation, you know what I'm saying? It's a necessary thing that we must have, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to ever get away from that, you know what I'm saying? And it's also, I even talked about it too. We can actually reparate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We actually can reparate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You think about this. You know what I'm saying? You have approximately 30 million black people, uh, in the United States. That's $5, you know what I'm saying, per 30 million. You know what I'm saying? That right there, like overnight, put us in the right place. You know what I'm saying? If we did that. Then that's just one time. I'm talking about throughout the year. You say $5 a month. You know what I'm saying? $5 a month. See what I'm saying? $5 a month would be able to change, man, the trajectory of our people and our generations, man, for the rest, of our lives and generations to come. You know what I'm saying? So, and put that in a fund, in a trust. You know what I'm saying? And that trust to be governed, you know what I'm saying, by a council. We can say we can have some type of council that are voted in to control that trust, and it's gonna be and actually have that trust to where it's gonna do certain things. Build hospitals, build schools, you know what I'm saying, build communities, you know what I'm saying, build centers, you know what I'm saying, for mental health, you know what I'm saying, for real, you know what I'm saying, where we actually are, actually have, people to go to and speak with and to talk to, you know what I'm saying, get therapy, you know what I'm saying, for real, you know what I'm saying, because we're not on a group level, we're not getting that, but we actually, I believe on a group level, we need that. We actually need therapy as a group, you know what I'm saying. So, that's millions, you know what I'm saying, 30 million, you know what I'm saying, $5, 150 million, just one time. But I'm saying everybody don't up through the year, or we can do it for years, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe take 5 years, you know what I'm saying? Donate $5 a month. You know what I'm saying? Every black person, you know what I'm saying? Which I know everybody, but I'm okay. So everybody black person can't do it. Well, 15 million, you know what I'm saying? Black people donate $5 a month, you know what I'm saying, to a trust fund. You see what I'm saying? So, that's life changing, man. And then we have to start thinking outside the box to make things change. You know what I'm saying? But we sitting here just saying, well, damn, it ain't gonna happen. We can't get reparations. Okay, say we don't. The government not gonna give us reparations. We can reparate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But something has to be done though, because nobody should send anybody else into our communities to repair our communities or try to, stop crime in our communities. That's something we supposed to do ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because I know in the jungle, man, no, tigers don't take care of lions. Lions don't take care of tigers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's for real. Elephants take care of the elephants. You know what I'm saying? The hyenas take care of the hyenas. Not saying, we should be divided, but that's just how it is. Groups take care of groups. That's just how it's gonna be, man. Ain't nobody coming to say, like, Asian people, they got themselves. They got themselves. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's not to say, oh, we divided, but that's just a natural order of things. You know what I'm saying? Groups take care of groups on their own, and they don't expect nobody else to take care of them. We have to be real about it. We got to be pragmatic about it and not expect nobody to do that for us. I was, like I said before, and Trump sending troops in our community, he's doing, you know what I'm saying, it's for political gain. You know what I'm saying? Not because he's beneficent. I'm so concerned about the black community, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to send the troops in there to stop crime. No, man, you're doing that for political gain, man. And like I said, it may be a precursor to you implementing military rule or some type of martial law, you know what I'm saying? Basically, before you had to get out of office and create something to where you'll have to stay in the office, you know what I'm saying? So you don't have to get up out there and you can continue your campaign. You can continue your so-called rule, you know what I'm saying, while you're, you know what I'm saying, president, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not looking to you as no savior, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Trump ain't you not no savior, man. You know what I'm saying? The black people. You know what I'm saying? We got us, man. We gonna always have us. We always have. You know what I'm saying? We just need to understand that, man. You know what I'm saying? Be one, you know what I'm saying? Always, man, you know what I'm saying? Know that we got each other, man, and we stronger together, man, instead of casting each other to the side, throwing each other away. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody, like I said, the Jim Crow, the Willie Lynch, mentality. Young versus the old, light skin versus dark. You know what I'm saying? House, slave versus the field slave. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Man versus woman. You know what I'm saying? We need it like for real, man. You know what I'm saying? We need to get on that level and understand, man. Say, man, we better together. You know what I'm saying? We rock with each other, man, and we strong. You know what I'm saying? And we done build something before, we can build it again. That's square business, man. Like for real. We built Tulsa. We built Black Wall Street, we can do it again. We built Seneca Village, we can do it again. We built here Dallas, you know what I'm saying? Deep Element, whatever. We can do it again. Rosewood, we can do it again. You know what I'm saying? I said about in Lake Lanier, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? How they covered that up, up there. You know what I'm saying? So, things that done happen, man, we can do it again. We can build it again. You know what I'm saying? And just understand that, we understand that we are together, man. You know what I'm saying? As a people, and understand that we can take care of each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's necessary, instead of just like, oh, well, they got it. Somebody else, I ain't gonna worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to even me. You know what I'm saying? No, you know what I'm saying? I'm always, you know what I'm saying, staying like, hey, man, we need what's supposed to get, what we supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? And then also, like I said, be strategic about it. Build. But this time, when we build our communities, you know what I'm saying, protect them at all costs. We got to have a way to protect it. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, man, somebody coming in there burning stuff down and, creating a problem, like, nah, that can't happen, man. That cannot happen. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to say that, man, like I said, let's be together, man, and come together as one, and help our own communities, you know what I'm saying? Because Trump ain't no savior. I had to bring a contrasting opinion on that. You know what I'm saying? I know people like, oh, he done, made the community safe and all that. Nah, man. It's all about political game, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, could be a precursor to military rule, you know what I'm saying? So he won't have to leave office. You know what I'm saying? It's a program just to see how it works. You know what I'm saying? Make people feel like he really doing something. So yeah, man, let's come together, man, as one, man. I'm always believe in black people, man. Hey, you don't believe, man, you can go over there, like I said, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to believe in black, okay, cool. You can go over there. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? You ain't have to be black no more. Go change somebody else then, man. You know what I'm saying? But, I'm always stand up. I always believe in black people, you know what I'm saying? Support the black women, man. Believe, you know what I'm saying? And love, you know what I'm saying? Black women, you know what I'm saying? Love, you know what I'm saying? My brothers, you know what I'm saying? Kings out there, man. Love the queens, you know what I'm saying? Out there, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm always, man, support black people, man. You know what I'm saying? I know things that been done to us, man. It shouldn't have never happened. You know what I'm saying? We were already here in the land, you know what I'm saying? Got colonized, then brought some of our, brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, from the mother country, from Africa, you know what I'm saying? And brought them over here, you know what I'm saying, for as prisoners of war, involuntary servitude, you know what I'm saying, and built this country up, the way the way we did, you know what I'm saying, and still get stumped down and treated, as somebody's footstool. No, man, no. That can't continue. You know what I'm saying? That can't continue. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm gonna say something about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm always speak on it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm putting in in my music. I'm gonna put it in my music. You know what I'm saying? Always. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Cause and I'm not even down on the brothers that make the music. You know what I'm saying? About just all the miscellaneous things that they talk about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even where I mean, because that's out of being programmed. You know what I'm saying? So, the way they talking, in the music. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm always, man, be for black people, love black people, man. You know what I'm saying? And appreciate black people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got the worst of it, you know what I'm saying? We got the best of it. You know what I'm saying? And I say we need to lean toward more so being the best part, you know what I'm saying, of us. You know what I'm saying? And bringing that part out, you know what I'm saying? And relearning, you know what I'm saying, things, so we can cast away the bad part. Not cast away our people, but teaching our people, man, and getting better. And that goes even to me, man, teaching young brothers that's coming up, young sisters that's coming up, if I can impart some type of wisdom, you know what I'm saying, jewels of knowledge or whatever, you know what I'm saying, because that'll help. Instead of saying, nah, man, I can't fool the youngsters. Because if somebody would have imparted something to me, some wisdom to me, I would have been way better and way further along in my life than I am now. Not saying that, but I've made progress. Not saying that, nothing's wrong with me. I'd have made progress. But I'm just saying, though, you know what I'm saying? That's the mentality we need to have. Instead of saying, man, young cat, man. No, man. Or this and that, the divisions. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the divisiveness, that's going on, amongst our people. You know what I'm saying? First, infighting. But anyway, like I said, man, I'm going to get up off here. I just had to say that. Say, man, we got ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And, let's try to do a better job, man. And being, our own, our own support and, our own saviors, man, you know what I'm saying, for our community. So, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I just want to say that, man. I'm going to get up off here. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all out there doing well, living life, you know what I'm saying? Happy, full of love, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to do it. Love is, honestly, just to tell you the truth, that unites, you know what I'm saying? That is stronger than anything. As I was thinking on that today, you know what I'm saying? Love is more powerful than anything. You know what I'm saying? If we love each other, that's when we come up and build together. When we hate each other, we're just gonna destroy each other. Like, seriously. You know what I'm saying? So, let's understand that, man. Let's like, for real, man, let's rock with each other, man. Build each other and help each other, you know what I'm saying? Brothers to brothers, sisters to sisters, you know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Let's work with each other. Let's rock with each other, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this ain't no, get on her just for instance, there ain't no fluff on Instagram. Like, I'm a real person, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing about me, I want to reflect to everybody else to see me, get to know me, you know what I'm saying? Really, really get to know me, you know what I'm saying? I'm a real person, you know what I'm saying? This ain't no Instagram fluff. I'm a real dude, you know what I'm saying? Go work out hard, you know what I'm saying? Just a real person, you know what I'm saying? Business, you know what I'm saying? Going hard in business, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Love my family, love my mother and father, my brother, you know what I'm saying? My lady, you know what I'm saying? I love my people, friends, family, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm always going to show love. I'm busy, you know what I'm saying? I might can't, you know what I'm saying? I always come around, you know what I'm saying? All that, man, you know what I'm saying? But, man, I'm a real person, man. I love my family. I love my friends. I love my brothers. I love my sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? So, man, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all probably tripping like, I'm stressing away. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like saying, man, let's be good to each other, man. Just try to do better, man. You know what I'm saying? With each other, for each other, man. You know what I'm saying? And together, man. But let me get about her. Like I said, I love y'all, man. And, I just hope everybody are doing good, man. You know what I'm saying? Till the next one. Love y'all. All right, y'all.
Bucket, go ahead and blow off the dough. Step through the maze, man, and became amazing. About to rewrite history and change a page in a crooked book that never told us the true story. Like how we were kings and queens before the slave story, before the killing, stealing, and drug dealing. On some real shit, we ran the world.